where we are in respect to where we want to go. In digital literacy, our target is to do 250 million people by 2020. I think we are not even at 20,000 or 200,000 or 2 or 3 lakhs. Okay? So what we are doing today, we have to scale up in terms of 10 to 15 times going forward if we have to achieve the ambition of digital literacy of 250 million or 25 crores by 2020. The story in skills is also very, very similar. The current capacity in the country is about skilling about 6 million people a year. We want to skill 500 million people in the country and 150 million people by Nsdc by 2022. It also means that we've got to increase the scale of skill development in the country by around 10 to 15 times going forward. So the challenges are very simple. We have to increase capacity for digital literacy, we have to increase capacity for skill development, and simultaneously we have to make both the systems sustainable.
Yeah. How industry and civil society can contribute to mitigate these challenges?
See, civil society, industry and government actually have three very characteristics, right? If you look at government has a challenge of execution, right? If you look at civil society does small things very well, but they lack or they have the challenge of scale. And the third is private sector. Private sector does good execution, can scale, but they lack an element of trust. So if the three of them get together, and if we combine the execution skills of private sector, the trust that NGOs actually and government programs actually have, and the ability to scale, right? Then we can transform any sector in the country going forward.
Yeah.
So if we can get most of the programs in the country that are being run today and that need to scale, need efficient management systems and backends and processes, which I think the private sector could get. They need to connect with people on the ground, right? And they need to connect in different parts of the country, which the civil society or the NGO sector can get. And the government could actually play a hugely supportive role by creating the enabling environment to make this happen. And together, civil society and industry could be able to leverage and connect the different government programs, be it in either digital literacy or be it in skill development, to actually enable us to scale rapidly to meet the goals of the National Digital Literacy Mission or the National Skills Mission.
What are the future plans for national skill development?
So NSDC has the objective of training 150 million people or 15 crore people by 2022. We plan to do it by using partners from within the civil society and industry and create public-private partnership models which we actually fund. So till now we have approved 102 training partners that will roughly scale about 6 to 7 crore people by 2022. In the rest of this year we need another 30 partners to come on board, and over the next 2 to 3 years we're looking at another 100 to 150 partnerships between the civil society and industry to come forward and work with NSDC to be able to deliver skill development programs on the ground. See, very interestingly, NSDC promotes sustainable programs. Now, sustainable programs are normally interpreted that the student pays fees. It's not necessarily so. Interestingly, if civil society and industry get together, then industry could use part of its CSR money, civil society could use crowdsourcing and other means to raise finances, and you can create a sustainable ecosystem to enable that to happen. Now the challenge is that a lot of people don't have the initial funding to do that. So what NSDC says is, okay, you take the funding for us, you create these models, right, and you pay us back. So we enable people to scale. So last year we did 4 lakh people. This year we hope to train 10 lakh people, and next year we try to again plan to increase it by 2.2 times. There's a natural synergy between the National Digital Literacy Mission and the work that NSDC is doing. In fact, for the teachers who are training in the National Digital Literacy Mission, we could create a standard with NASSCOM and Intel leading it, and people can train to that standard. In the next year, we can easily get 30 to 40,000 people, trained and skilled into this under the National, Skill Certification and Monetary Reward Scheme, or the STAR scheme. So there are a lot of synergy between the digital literacy mission and Nsdc, and we look forward to actually working together with the Digital Empowerment Foundation and NASSCOM and Intel to actually, taking this idea and taking it forward to make a sustainable literacy movement, which I call going forward.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much. Best of luck.